I don't have a lot to mention today except that I have adjusted some of the kit, actually a lot of the kit. I moved the floor tom back over here just to see how it goes. I adjusted the angle of these, they were really tipped down. I made them more level, and this was tipped away from me. And so I tipped it back up so it's more of a flat surface. And I moved that cymbal so far away I have to go get it because I forgot to bring it back. So basically I had been trying to bring the drums all in really tight and close and make them like as close as possible together so I could theoretically hit them faster. And I'm just not sure I'm really liking that setup. But I was definitely getting used to it. So now this is going to be a little bit tricky again. Sometimes it's just hard to remember, you know, hadn't played it the other way. Was it actually easier? Was it not actually easier? I really don't remember. So the only way to find out is maybe to play around with it. I feel like I really need to take the time to tune these things up. I don't really know where to start there, but I'm not liking the sound that I'm getting from any of these things, really. Maybe I could start with just... Oh, that's annoying. Like a hair on it, and it's impossible to get off. Maybe I could tighten that up a little bit. So this is the key thing that goes on the drum, and it actually can tighten or loosen. I'm going to go like a quarter turn all the way around and just see how that is. I might have missed one. I think I like that better. And then I'm also like trying to maybe hold these things differently. I think so. It sounds like the lower portion of this is tuned lower than the higher portion, and I think maybe that's what I don't like about it. So I could try loosening this. Or I could try tightening it down below. because I'm not sure I really want the overall pitch to be lower. I just don't like that. I hear this like boo, boo, boo every time because I don't know, it seems like the resonation starts up here. I think I might like that better. On the higher pitch, and then it was like dropping to resonate down here on the lower pitch, and it just sounded weird. Blister on my finger. I think it's from playing the drums. looking at the camera, it's actually because I'm watching myself in the camera, which for some reason, it's not it is different. I don't know why sometimes it feels more helpful, but it's almost like I'm disassociating from myself and I'm looking at a bird's eye view. And it makes me feel like I've noticed when I watch these videos later that the phone takes a minute to adjust from the super loud to my voice. And then there's a moment where like I'm speaking, but it's not very audible. So I guess by watching the screen, it's like I'm more of an observer, if that makes sense, of my own playing. And that is almost a little bit freeing. I used to play saxophone at a restaurant, and I would just watch the news while I was playing, and I was almost completely disassociated from what I was playing, and it was just very much muscle memory, which I felt bad about because it felt very unintentional. But at the same time, like, muscle memory does work, and I just stayed in a groove, and you know, it wasn't maybe necessarily really intentional, planned playing, but it did allow me to just get in a groove, pass the time, and just crank out kind of what everyone at the restaurant was into, which is background music. Not anything with a whole lot of statements or anything necessarily, just like some smooth saxophone playing behind their dinner. So it kind of feels very similar to me. I'm like, it makes me a little more distant from the playing, but in an interesting way, I'm still processing it. Maybe processing it a little bit differently, but that is, you know, interesting. fun.